There we go. Cool. It's like concerned. All right. All right, guys. Today's the day. Today's the day of the release. Today's the day of the. Today I'm uploading a new YouTube video today. It's gonna come out at 4:30. I'm gonna be streaming now just cause like why not? I said that I was possibly gonna stream today and I just, decided to like do it. Why not? Let's throw on some. What? Oh, the earthquake today? The earthquake was, didn't really even feel like anything, actually. What's up, just joshing? My no glasses is cursed. I'm a whole different person without my glasses on. Oh, wow. Oh, man. Dude, today I made some, like, Ethiopian coffee. And if anyone knows about Ethiopian coffee, is that it's, like, some of the best stuff to get your hands on. So good. So the topic of today is that fashion doesn't get you women. And I did an experiment on the newest video where I talk about it. It's true, fashion gets you more men than it gets you women. Like, and it also just depends. What gets you women then, my glorious king? M&S, dressing normal does. Dressing normal gets you women. If you want to, like, attract the most amount of women, and if you want to get women in general, just dress mainstream. That's it. Personality will carry as things go on further. Like the thing is, like when you're going outside and you're gonna go and talk to somebody, you judge them based off how one they look and also how they're dressed. People might not care to continue to interact with you if you either don't look good or you're not dressed well or both. That is true, though. Edwin has a point. You do have to talk to women to get women. Ugh. Dude, today, like, I went I went out to go get this like coffee table, and I had to talk to that person for quite a while. They worked at Theory, apparently. They were like some marketing person that works at Theory, a clothing brand. If anyone knows about that. At 4:30 is when I'm releasing the video. I don't know if it's like a good idea to just like be streaming when a video is gonna come out, but you know, I don't know. I wanted to stream as the video comes out and like hang out with people that come back from that video, and then just like kind of talk about it. Hand sewing at school? That's horrible. You gotta do what you gotta do with Bashar, bruh. Dude, I'm actually quite cold. Jeez. Gotta throw on my Supreme hoodie. This past week has been, for me, any advice about what though? A guy can't wear a hoodie and a beanie and a gray shirt without being called an addict. Oh man. Also, a lot of people have been getting sick recently. Very, very sick. Jakey, this past week has been utter hell. Nothing has been going in my favor. Do you have any advice? I literally don't, like, what can I give you advice on? Like, that's not, like, a real question. Like, it's a very, I need more to work with. Alright. Did my home shake in the morning from the earthquake in the city? I actually I woke up to that actually like this morning. My apartment was shaking. It was quite interesting. JQ, speaking of the guy who's stuck in hand sewing class, should I take a class in basic sewing or self-teach through YouTube? I think the benefit of going to a class for fashion or like learning from that is because you'll be able to get like actual physical help from a teacher if you have any questions, but like from a YouTube channel you kind of just have to wing it and like learn yourself. But if you don't want to spend money, like, just learn on YouTube. Oh man. Why would I want to get LASIK or contacts? Like, I look better with my glasses on than I look with them off. Yeah, K's gone because fashion doesn't get you women. Are greedies a valid investment? All you really gotta do, right? If you can find Guides secondhand for cheap, they're worth buying, but I don't recommend buying them firsthand ever, really, unless you can get them on sale. What do I mean by fashion doesn't get women? It's exactly what I mean by that. How do you know something's timeless? Think something's timeless if it's minimal, like very minimalistic pieces, like black shirts, white shirts, black hoodies, gray hoodies. Minimalist items are like timeless. Denim, timeless. Certain cuts, like if we're referring to like wide fitting pants or like a carrot fit or like skinny jeans, those are cuts of pants that like can and like they're like interchangeable in terms of like what is timeless and isn't. But to me personally, I think if the item fits you well and it makes you feel good and you feel like it fits your body well, it doesn't really matter. Things that aren't timeless are like monogrammatic, over graphic pieces of clothing that tend not to be very interchangeable. Things that are very loud or like a very peacock type of looking item that's kind of like something that isn't timeless. I've recently discovered the YouTube channel Blowout Professor and followed his routines. I then realized how much BS advice influencers give about hair care. Blowout Professor? What was he talking about? What is even considered cheap for Guides? I got my back zip Guides for $3.98. I got my red pair for $3.50. So it's been quite cheap. Okay, George is at work right now. I'm gonna go to the gym after this, after the live stream, and then I'm gonna come home and like I don't know what I'm gonna do moving forward. I think George gets out like he left earlier to go to work. I don't know. Where's the Josh? It's a great question. No Josh today, fellas. We're premiering a YouTube video that's coming out tomorrow, and then I gotta start working on the next video that I plan on putting out. I don't know if hopefully this month. That's the idea. Cause like dude, like guys, the thing is like, when you live in the city, like so many people want to come and like, you know, stay with you, also hang out with you. My birthday is this month. It's on the 23rd, but I'm also doing something on the 27th of April. But my friend comes on the 11th, which is like in a week from now. So I kind of have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5 days to like kind of work on a script, film, and then I guess I could edit throughout the week of him staying. I think I have enough time to put out another video this month too. Honestly, looking at my chart here. But I also have something to do on the 9th. My friend comes on the 11th. And then my friend's going to be here till like the 6th, 17th, 18th, leaves. Then like on the 25th, my other friend comes to stay. Yeah, I don't know. It's so cooked. He mostly talks about the quality differences of cheap versus professional hair care products. I've struggled with cheap products, but his recommendations work. What were the cheap products that he recommended? Oh, birthday money. Thank you. It's Edwin. It's not even my birthday yet. My birthday's on the 23rd. I was like, I'm trying to think of what I want to do for like my actual birthday. Like, I actually don't really know what I would want to do. like my thing is like when I do anything for like my birthdays, I don't really feel early birthday gift. I appreciate that. Pantene, OGX, etc. How old will I be? Do you guys want to guess how old I am? Unless you already know my age. 18. No, the age I'm turning into. Orthoparisi, bro. Just get into Orthoparisi. Go to Adius. It's called I don't that's like how you spell it, but like go to that fragrance store in New York. It's in Canal. I'd go to that fragrance store and then like check out the fragrances there. Really good. Or I think Oswald. I don't know if it's spelled like that. I think it's this. It's also another good place to go. 28. I'm not that old yet. I'm going to be turning 26 on my birthday. So I'm 25 right now. 90. Guys, I'm not that old. Like, actually not that old. Smearing poop on yourself as a fragrance? There's some fecal smelling fragrances. There's a fragrance that kind of smells like piss. Or like has hints of piss in it. Like the smell. Okay, so if anyone's from New York, I'd go to this, like, perfumery. Let me type it in. That's like one of them that I go to quite often. If you ever see me around, I'll probably be there. There's this other place called that's not what I'm thinking about. That's not it. There's another place. Ah, this place. So some people want to smell like it has like the smell of piss. Like I don't know. It's like in there. It's not like actual like piss smelling, but it smells kind of like that. There's this other place that I'd recommend if you want to go try out fragrances. There are fragrances that smell like weed, so I actually do have 2 fragrances that have hints of weed in it. One of them's resin, the other one's hashish. There's also sativa that I think I do have. And it's like a hint. It's not like necessarily it's not pungent with that smell of like actual like weed. It's because like the reason there's not that many perfumers, like perfumery stores out there, is because it's not like popular enough for it to be like places that aren't in like big cities to have a fragrance shop. Like a faint smell, I can see why people would like that. Dude, no, Sephora has the weakest, most cooked fragrances. What's a fragrance you can get like? Oh, like a good beginner, like I feel like a good beginner perfumery to get into is like DS and Durga. They make really good fragrances. Like they have a fragrance called I don't know what. That's like one of them that I really like. DS and Durga. Oh yeah, that's true. I don't know. Like I feel like Margiela tends to be. It's a little oversaturated in fragrances. It's not necessarily bad or anything. They smell good, but like there's so many other options to pick through with the fragrances and opportunities to even get into any. Videos coming out in 1 minute. Whether you stay here or you leave to go watch it and then come back. Or watch it while I'm streaming. Even better. Watch the ads. No, I'm not gonna watch the video while I'm on stream. Can't do that. Because then if I watch the video on stream, then like it's not good. Because then no one's gonna watch the actual video when it comes out. You know, I can't do that. That's cooking myself. I did some interesting. All right, the video came out. It came out at 4:30. Go watch it and then come back, and then we can actually talk about it. And I'll sit and wait for like what? It's like 18 minutes. I do actually some interesting stuff with this video in particular. It was a good one. How about everyone watch the video, but just let it play. Let it play all the ads. Maybe people will join. Do I recommend any beanies? I feel like Supreme beanies are pretty good. Just a thought. This is the Tinder video that everyone's been waiting on. Have you tried not showering as a fragrance? What does that mean? My like actual musk, like my BO smell. To be honest, that like would be the most ransacked smell. That would not be fire. Oh, satin lined beanies helps protect your hair. I mean, like the thing is, like I don't really like wearing beanies when I go out, or hats either. Like I feel very strange with hats on, and I do wish that like I would like. There's so many hats that I would want to wear, but I always just feel strange wearing them. Because I feel like my hair has a lot of my personality in it, and if I just like got rid of it, what's there left of a man? What does he got? Yeah, I only wear beanies to the gym. That's literally it. I don't like going to the gym without a beanie on. I used to wear like a hat that like a lot to the gym, but then I stopped wearing hats. I only wear beanies to the gym. I like, bro, I don't even want to say this on stream because I don't want anyone like getting any ideas, but there's this like I've been like looking at hats for a minute now, and like I'll just show. I want to like dress like a paperboy. I don't know why. Like the paperboy hats are kind of cool to me. I gotta find the hat that I'm talking about right now. All right, if you guys want to know what gets women, it's these things here. I'll show. This gets women. Like, no doubt about it. Let me see. All right, so this is what gets women. Wow, that's fire. All right. We got it's these like Yoji like it's like let me find it. Let me find it. Dude. Wait, no. I don't think I can find this. Dude, I don't know, this hat looks so sick. The price point though is not fire. No. Oh my gosh, dude. It's like one of these like it's Baker Boy hats? Is that what they're called? I'm gonna start wearing these. These like Baker Boy hats. I want to start. Dude, this is so. I don't. There's something about them that look cool. In my opinion. This looks weird though. I don't. It's kind of like weirdly bulbous. Like to one. Like why is it like that on this side? He looks like a proper young man with his hat on. Look at this guy. Oh, they got a bunch more. Hold up. Peasant boy hat? Is that what these are called? Dude, $347 is crazy. Like, actually insane. I, like, these hats are, like, so sick to me. I would feel, like, stupid wearing them, but, like... Like, dude, look at that. That's... Great Depression hat. I don't know, dude. These hats are, like, sick. I want to get, like, I feel like I'd look stupid wearing it, though. Like, that's the thing. I feel like I'd look really dumb wearing these. A Brando hat? You see these all the time in the Dominican Republic? Okay, I think this is one of them that... If this is the brimmed one, this is like, let me see if this is the one I think it is. Oh, this is not brimmed. It's like a beret. I don't mess with berets. Like, dude, look how sick these guys, like... So, like, the interesting thing about the Yoji store, or, like, Yoji online is, like, they'll have, like, their actual workers, like, styled stuff. Like, dude, this looks so sick. Well, not really, actually. I don't really like it. I need the paperboy hats. They give, like, measurements. He's, like, 5'7.5". I could not rock a beret. Like, I would look stupid as hell in it. No hats give you men. There's like... Well, you get the idea. The paperboy hats. Dude, this is sick. I'm the only gay watching this. Dude, look at this hat. Come on, dude. See, the thing is, like, these hats, like, would not fit my head, though. That's, like, the other thing is, like, I have such a gigantic head. Like, my head's huge. Like, so these hats won't feel, like, actually fit my head. They look like they would just because, given, like, the, like, how it looks. How about, what? Flat caps? Like, this looks sick. I don't know. This is kind of insane. Looks like almost like a Jotaro hat. Like, bro, you can't tell me he doesn't look kind of cool in this. I don't know, dude. Oh, what about? I'm assuming hat, right? Dude, these are sick. Like, I like, but also don't like. I don't like the brim. Like, I don't know what that brim is. It looks cool though. I don't like it not being on the head though. I know there's just like something about these hats that that are like really interesting to me. I would always see like bikers Yankee with no brim. I'd always see like bikers wearing it. I'm trying to find this like very specific cap. What if I started wearing this? Yo, oh, this is the one. Dude, this hat has been like something I was like, bro, this would look so sick. I love like this is the Jotaro hat. Yeah, like dude, this would look fire. Like I ponder the my orb and I'm like, dude, this would look so sick. Like I want to wear this. I'd be curious to see how it looks. I mean, this is a schoolboy hat, I think. Um, would I look like this? Black linen cap. I don't know. I also would feel like I would look like a douchebag wearing this. Yeah, I know. Like, I know. Buying hats is always risky online. Oh, that looks stupid. Like, I hate that. Why is that brimmed out like that? It's so weird. I don't know. It's like weird. Dude, for 470 is insane. Like, I like these little hats. Like, these kind of hats. Like, Smurf cap? I feel like it would fit the vibe of, like, what I'm wearing. Like, it wouldn't be that insane. A cartoon Confederate. I'm in a new era. I'm advancing in life. I want to start wearing schoolboy like caps. I would try it, but like I don't if I look stupid, dude, this looks so sick. What? Like a lot of like the looks. Well, okay, what look is it on? What look is it on? Like, I wouldn't wear a boiler cap. This looks fire, though. Like, I'm, like, into this. This is heat. Like, I'd wear this whole fit. Communist core. Dude, I want to look like a general, bro, when I'm walking out. That's so sick. Like, I like the presentation of this, like... I need this. I wonder if I'd look like this in a hat. Would I look like if I wore... Like, would I look like this walking around? Probably not. I'd look stupid. Or maybe I'd look sick. Like, dude, this is walking with swagger. Dude, I like the old like uniform like outfits. These hats are so cool to me. Okay, for a while like I like big hats, like giant hats, right? Like I think they're like fun, right? Cuz I also have like a giant head, right? But these hats like are just like they're big but then it has like a small brim. Like to me it's like they're cool. They're cool looking, but it's like I don't know if like it would look like that on me, you know? I look like a field Castro. Propeller hat? Oh, you want Dude, after the propeller hat incident, like I have to wear something cooler. You can't tell me this doesn't look cool. I did buy one. It's coming in, and I'm gonna see if I look stupid or not. But again, like these looks are very nice. Like, what's up? I do not know how to pronounce your name. Lafour. You don't personally like the hat, but it's not bad. Are you talking about the outfit or the hat? We're talking about the hat. Some of these looks are boof. It does, but I skipped wearing hats. My hair doesn't fit with it. I don't feel comfy with hats anymore. Maybe beanies, probably. I want to look like a fancy general. Or fancy schoolboy. Like, I could never pull off a hat like this. Like, I don't know. Like a lot of the times, like, when it comes to wearing stuff, it's all about, like, confidence, right? It's all about confidence and how you carry yourself, like, which I agree. But, like, I don't, dude, wearing a hat like that, like, I just couldn't do it. No, yeah, I agree with you, Kang. Like, you gotta own wearing the hat. Like, you just... The hat's your... Like, dude, look how sick... Dude, I love this. Like, it's... As a vet, I hate those hats. Dude, there's some... Like, dude, this hat's so fire. Like, it brings the fit, like, so together. And I really just enjoy the... Like, because the thing is, like... A hat is an accessory, right? But also, like, a hat, like, just hides your hair and you just, like, want to get rid of, like, not taking care of your hair, right? But, like, there's, like, something so cool about how it brings everything else together. It's just, like, an added piece of it. Hair can do that, too, but, like, the hats are just so, like, interesting. Dude, and look like this trench coat, too, like, with the lapel on it. So nice. From 2008. No, yeah, I agree. Hats can be uncomfortable. It just depends on like the material, like, and how it like it's how tight or how it fits on your head, right? Like my one thing is like, what if like someone ripped off the hat off my head and like now like it's exposed, like my hair is all messed up, it's exposed. It'd be so stupid. You bought $1,400 Tom Ford loafers. Just wear them with like very casual outfits and then start proceeding onward. Like, you start small, you start working small, do baby steps. Yeah, I woke up to it actually this morning before I went to go buy a coffee table. Dude, look at this look though. Dude, this is such a sweet trench coat. This is awesome. Like, I don't really like this. This is fire though. I need to get more pants too. A cadet hat. A cadet cap. I don't like this, like the beret thing. This like also is weird. The like skinny, like this skinny to very bulbous, like very boxy cut garment. Like I don't like this at all. It makes them look very rectangular. It's like, I get the idea of like shapelessness, but like the legs, I don't know. Like it's weird. Looks like a popsicle. It's like a popsicle, like a popsicle ice cream up here and then like the two legs. I don't like it. This is cool. Kind of. I hate that. I hate that beret though. Dude, like look at this is just beautiful. I do hate very broad looking things, but like for some reason, like if someone's trying to pretend like they have very broad shoulders, it looks good. On me though, different story. Giant blanket. Still cool though. Oh, is it like a part of the piece? Like, is it a shirt? Interesting. That would be a mess, like walking around with it, like. Someone said to look up a cadet hat or like cap. I think Boss said. Let me see. Oh, these army cadet hats. This looks photoshopped on this guy's head. This doesn't look like actually on his head. When I see a baby staring at me in public, do I glare back into its eyes? Whenever I stare into like a baby's eyes, like I can see that like something's going on, but at the same time nothing's going on in that head of theirs. And I don't know what they're like visually looking at. If I'm weird looking to them or interesting looking to them, am I beautiful to them? What is going on between those glazed black eyes of nothingness? I'll never know. I wouldn't wear a cadet hat. I don't know, it just looks... I don't like... This looks stupid. I don't know, it's like weird. Someone... You're glad I did the skit? Dude, that skit was like... when we filmed that, it was kind of hard to do, but like we also like... It was so stupid because like we had to like build this board. We had to build that board. Like I'll like let me find it. No. Let me.
Sell to millions of people online with Shopify.
All right, we're gonna watch the ad. Where is it? This board took like a minute to make. Where do we see most of it? like, dude, like staring at this board, like literally me. I don't know. It's like so stupid. I remember making this board, like, no bitches, motion equals 0, cute monkey. Like, if you look at like all the random gibberish on it, like you really take the time to stare at like the garbage that we wrote on this. Like, there's like quadratic formulas and stuff on this. It's like so stupid. Nice and easy American. I forgot what other things it says. X equals Aiden Ross over pi. Like, this monkey, literally me on it. What's the other thing on this? Like, I still have this is still hung up where it is red or blue pill. Like, that's up there. This whole thing is like insane. That we created like this whole thing. I was like curious to see like how people would feel about like me doing the skit thing again. Cause I used to enjoy making those like little stupid things. You didn't get any ads? Wow. Okay, I bet a lot of people are asking me why I'm banned on Tinder, right? If you watched the video, I talk about getting banned on Tinder. This won't ruin anything for anybody, but I'm banned on Tinder, right? I'm sure a lot of people are questioning, like, how would I get banned on Tinder? What colorway samba should I get? I mean, I have these. I have like the Gunsole ones. I got them for free. And they're honestly like not a bad shoe. Like, they're pretty comfortable. These are also pretty cool, but I don't really like the black detailing on them. Tell the story. Do people really want to know about? Do people really want to know why I got banned on Tinder? Are you strange because you hate modern fashion? What is modern fashion? Look. Wales Bonner mohair ones are 500 now. There should be ads on this. Well, if you watch this video, all right, I want everybody in the stream to go watch this video and mute it and just let it play in the background, and then rewatch it again later. And then I'll tell the story why I got banned. Because there's no way I was going to explain why I got banned on YouTube. It's really like not an interesting like. All right. I mean, you could be even lying to me right now that you're watching it, but we have dude, get this video to 1,000 views, and I'll tell the story. Get this video to 10,000 views right now, and I'll tell the story of why I got banned. I need 10,000 views. 10,000 views. Jake, if you don't tell this story, I'm gonna come and find you. I know there's only 95 people. Okay. I'll show you character. So, back in 2020, I had made a Tinder account, right? I was 20 years old, and I had a whole different haircut than I did now, and I had basically looked. I made a Tinder account. I went out to Portland. I was like traveling, and just like wanted to go out there, like be there. Also, I got a haircut in Portland. Long story, had like a really bad haircut, like was horrible. But anyway, I go out there. I make a Tinder account. I'm like, matching with people, and I had a bunch of pictures of myself, right? I had a whole different haircut. I had like more of like a messy kind of like, it's called a quiff. It sounds like queef, but it's called quiff. It's like something like this, like that. Like Zayn had it. I don't know if Zayn still has it. I had that haircut. Like this. I used to watch like Blue Man a lot. No, not this guy, the YouTuber guy. Like Joe used to have this like haircut, kind of. His was like really like pompadour-esque. It wasn't like loose. It was like very tight. Like I didn't really like. I didn't really like it, but like I had watched his like YouTube videos, but basically like I had the Joe the Joe cut. Anyway, I was out in Portland matching with girls, and I get messaged by one of them. They were like, I just followed your Instagram account. This is how the story begins, right? And I was like, what? I was like, you follow my Instagram account. So I go to like my Instagram, because like I didn't have my Instagram in my bio. And I like look, and like they weren't following me. And I was like, you didn't follow me. They were like, yeah, I did. I literally followed you at Drew Phillips. And I was like, what? And the reason being is because like I had a picture of like this guy, because he makes like stupid videos, if you know who Drew Phillips is. But like I had a meme of him at like the very end of like my profile. Like everything else was me, but I had like a picture of him. Like I'll show you Drew Phillips. I think it was like, oh, let me see if I can find it. He was like, I had this picture, I had this picture on like my profile, like which was a meme. Like, cause it's so stupid. I thought it was like funny. I also like I had like watched his stuff, like his YouTube, at the time, and like this girl thought I was like Drew Phillips, and I had told her I was like, oh, I'm not Drew Phillips. Like, I'm not the like who you think I am, and she was like disappointed, I guess, because she thought like it was very clout chasey, to be honest. Like, and she reported me. She reported my account, I'm assuming, and it must have not like just not like I don't know if it was just from her or like other people, but like apparently like I got multiple like people asking me if I was Drew Phillips, and I had told them like I'm not. I had changed. I took this one meme out of my like my Tinder, and then I got banned. And the reason being was for like impersonation. Because like people were like reporting me for like impersonation because they were sad that they weren't matching with Drew Phillips, I guess. Like the comments of my YouTube video. I basically was, I guess, in theory, catfishing people. All right. Indeed, it was with great delight that I announced the release of yet another captivating video by my esteemed favorite fashion content creator, Fashion Elitist. How truly splendid it is to partake in such a rare and exceptional moment in time. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, Fashion Elitist, for consistently delivering unparalleled content that enriches our fashion kind of community. Your dedication and creativity are truly commendable, and I am immensely grateful for the opportunity to indulge in your latest masterpiece. What? Go watch his channel. The memes on there be wilding. This guy? What the hell? What? What? What are these shorts? This is... Yeah, that's crazy. Um... Why do I hate the modern fashion so much? Like, IDK bro, what the F? 1 to 5 likes a day. I was lucky if I got that in a month. You always have a very eloquent analysis to the common eye. The way you speak and dress can come across as pretentious. If people don't get to know you before the surface level, which is often the case in old and public interactions, it's up to you if you want to conform to appear to a wider audience to be seen as more likable. But it seems you are against this. In some regards, you could argue this is your ego getting in the way as look at me, I am above having an acceptable appearance and being a conformist, but you might also be attracting the wrong kind of people with attitude if that's not what you also seek in a partner. Hell, you even stated at 11:52, aware LOMO. Also, as someone with ADHD, I feel like I can relate to your overanalysis, but you put it in good use by creating interesting videos for people to ponder. More power to you. Freak a day. I don't want women, I want to be hot. Bro, you say that you dress like a priest. Priests literally don't get women. Wait, that's actually true. That's actually so true. I'm pinning this. I didn't think about that. Um, give him a thumbs up. Uh, I want to do like I would want to do this as like a series where I like go on different like dating apps like Hinge and stuff. Feminine profile guy versus super masculine jacked profile. I forgot I can only pin one thing. I do I would want to keep like making these like stupid like profiles. I was thinking of like Chad versus like finance bro or something and see what that goes. That'd be kind of funny. Do I like Cardi? Chad versus Soy Boy. Chad versus Soy on Hinge or Bumble. I think Bumble would be interesting actually, cuz like girls have to message you first. Noob versus pro hacker Tinder. Chad versus Soy on Bumble. But yeah, that's like the story of like why I got like banned. Honored that I gave you a video idea. Hop on Grinder. No, dude, men are too easy. Boss versus Goon. Are there any tips you can give on rizzing up e-girls like they're Livy Dunn? Dude, like the amount of like alt girls that I was getting with the very mainstream profile that I had, it was pretty intense. Like this Carhartt profile, like I received way more matches, way more first replies, and like women were just at my feet with this profile. Like this guy was getting women. The dude that dressed like this, it was like more palatable for like people to like it, right? And I was just like, what? Huh? I mean, like honestly, I wasn't that surprised, but at the same time, like I thought I would get like a similar amount of like likes, right? Because what do you call it? Because like the fit that I was wearing, like it was like very Yoji-esque, right? Like a very Yoji-esque outfit. I don't know where I show the fit, but like where is it? Where's the part that I show my the yap? Like that was like the main profile, right? I had this as like the main. That was like my main profile. This is a great like point to like pause in, but like I I'm like a decently like normal attractive guy, like a little bit above average, I'd say. And so like I thought my looks would play a part, right? But like the first account like was quite dead. I mean, I was getting matches and likes and stuff, but like it wasn't comparable to this guy. This guy's profile. I was just getting like it was the fact that I was getting one not only like twice as many matches or like likes as the other account in a shorter period of time, but not only that, like people like were DMing like messaging me first. Like I had like 8 or 10 girls messaging me. And it was like a completely stark difference between the avant-garde style profile to this one. And like yeah, like we'll say like this profile, like I'm not that like I'm not normie. I'm not like dressed like really normie. It's like normie fashion guy, like guy that kind of likes fashion, like dressed like this, right? Um and like it was very interesting to see the two sides of this, right? I mean, if you think about it, most average Pinterest-looking dudes will probably be more appealing than someone actually finding actual fine foreign and you need to know about, because you need less yapping to understand it. Yeah, I mean, I said that when in my yapping thing. I was like, things that are more palatable, like with clothes. I mean, like, sorry, with food, like things that are like more pleasing to the eye, like anything that's more pleasing and like more normative to you, like you probably would eat compared to something more foreign. Uh, Also, the fit is very green flag normal dude type look. Most people would see that and think they're a nice person. I also did mention this, like people that are dressed in all black tend to have this archetype, like the very stereotypical type of thing, which tends to be true. I mean, most dudes that dress in all black, I even said this in the video, like I hate the people that dress in all black. I hate my counterparts. But it's true most of the time, like most of them are like talking about runways, like fashions or personality. They have nothing else to bring to the table in terms of like what they're wearing, how they're wearing it, and who they are, because like fashion's their entire personality. That's all there is to them. Trendy normie, yeah. You're still dressing good on those pictures. It's not even that basic. At least it was not white shirt, jeans, and AF1s. See, like, I could have went down that road, but I wanted it to be on equal footing in a sense, where it was, like, a more fashion normative guy to a, like, avant style dude, right? Like, I wanted to see the difference between, like, a trendier fashion guy to the avant-garde kind of style, just to see like where it'd take me. And I really thought my looks would carry me on like the profile, but you know, it didn't really do that at all. You know, like I remember like when I was younger, right? When I was making before I got banned on Tinder, I would like obviously wasn't dressing like insane. Like I was just like a lot of vintage stuff. Like I was into vintage and buying vintage clothes, so like oh I was ahead of my time, you know, before it got trendy. But I was buying from like a bunch of thrift stores and stuff, and I had like a bunch of like 80s 90s stuff that I'd wear, and also because I was just massive, like I was a big guy, so like vintage clothes fit me like pretty good because they were just bigger. And I dressed like pretty like again normal, and I would get like on Tinder like 99 plus like likes, possible likes in a day in LA, in Los Angeles. This is a whole different like story now. Like I don't know if that's how Tinder works anymore. I don't think it does like that anymore, but I think I was like the 1% of men or like 5% of men that were getting like that many likes. And as like my style, like I probably should have talked about this like in this video, but I didn't talk about it. But as my style continued to evolve into something that was more personal rather than what I was forced to kind of wear, because again I was forced to wear vintage big clothes because that was all I could wear. And as I started like slimming down, I I started dressing in black, and my style changed, and I noticed that the likes would go down. and like my matches would go down, and I wasn't getting that much interaction when I was like on Tinder, and I was like, did I get uglier? I got really self-conscious. I don't even know what I strongly agreed to, but like I didn't understand what was going on. And I was wearing like, my all black outfits, and I was just like, nothing's really changed besides like my style, right? And I remember getting really insecure like when I was on Tinder, because I was like, dude, back when I was like using these old pictures of myself, like I'd get like a bunch of matches, like a bunch of people wanted to like go on dates with me or whatever. But as soon as like things changed, like I wasn't getting the same interaction I was getting as I changed into like wearing like more black. Oh, the zipper. I'm actually wearing a like it's just like leather jacket kind of thing. What girls did you match with on the avant-garde like profile? Again, like I couldn't show the women I was like matching with cuz like unethical and like kind of would be mean to do. But like like I was matching with like it seemed like a lot of either like kind of artsy girls slash alt women mostly. Like that's kind of what it was. It mostly was that. Only like one or two fashion people, quote unquote. The rest were just like in the arts scene in some sense, or like seem like it, I guess, or like somewhat alt. But like that's pretty much what I was getting. But you look unpretentious and not like fashion consumes your life in that one. The other, I'm assuming, yeah. You have to understand that from a woman's perspective, it's just a numbers game. So anyone that looks potentially red flag is an immediate no. Yeah, I get that. I definitely see that now. All black slash alt wears can also be kind of off putting more normie girls, I guess, especially straight girls. I being I being self conscious about my fashion sense because I don't really dress normally, and when someone said something rude to me, I felt so bad, and I was forcing myself to tone it down. Yeah, I get that. Where did I find the CCP fencing jacket? Believe it or not, it's actually Yoji. That's a Yoji piece. What's a really interesting is that girls in general on these apps or IRL dress way more unapproachable and pretentious than guys. Of course, not all of them, but a good majority for sure. I would have to agree. Yeah, I do agree. Yeah, it's like the thing. Okay, this is the thing that we have to understand with like fashion and way of dress is that fashion has been synonymously, uh, I don't know. Let's not say synonymously. Like I feel like that's not the word I'm looking for. Fashion has been socially created, and if not funded by the industry for women, and it has been catered to women. And that's why we see like women's wear being a lot more forward thinking, and also like the content for women too has been very forward thinking. It has been miles ahead of men in menswear. Women's wear has been like women get praised for wearing androgynous outfits or just wearing men's clothes. I don't think androgyny even exists anymore, but it's just wearing men's clothes, wearing more masculine clothes, and it's called androgyny, and they're like praised for it. When men wear skirts or like feminine clothing that bridges the gap in between like more androgyny but like can be straight, quote unquote, it's seen as gay. It's negative. But women are praised for the statement of wearing a garment that is not collectively within the feminine realm. Now, the thing is, like, women, again, it's like this is when I can use synonymous. Whoa, Jesus Christ, synonymously, Jeez, I can't even say it anymore. Women can wear a lot more expressive wear and can wear a lot more experimental wear because it's been, again, a social construct for women to be dressing like that. From time and time again, like, women have been pressured by the beauty industry, by society, to always be dressing different and also just trying new things. It's been encouraged, right? That's just kind of how it is. A lot of criticism just stems from homophobia. Men's fashion is just barely catching up. Most people are not used to men more than a nice jacket and pants. Yeah. Again, like, socially, men have not been, like, pushed outside of the realm of just wearing pants, a jacket, and shirt, or wearing suits. Like, it's been a consistent, like, thing in society where men aren't necessarily pushed to try and beautify themselves or take care of themselves. Like, doing all this extra stuff of taking care of yourself is yay, quote unquote, and that's mostly by our, like, other men in our groups, is kind of like our fault for the most part, right? It's like, that's the thing. It's more of like a male concept of issue, I'd say. Although a lot of women still have internalized homophobia. Has it been encouraged? I don't think so. For what, men? Like, what do you mean encouraged? Yeah, it's our fault for sure. I just think, like, see, the way women think is, like, women support other women. Men don't. Like, a lot of the times, like, and I see this quite often, where it's like, oh, like, we support the boys, we always support the boys, but, like, it's like you're homies, but you're not homies with random men. And it's like, we will cast our opinions and criticism upon other women, I mean, other men, and also women too, that might not be within our own right. And, like, we look down at other, like, men for trying things that are outside the box. Personally, I think a man or a real man would not care. You just, whatever. It's whatever. Now, if they're preaching something stupid, then yeah, go ahead, feel free to, like, you know, put your input. But, like, most of the time, it's just, like, very just, if a dude wears a skirt, who cares? Like, even if you don't like it, like, that's just your opinion. Like, there's no point. And, like, pointing it out as gay is, like, also just so stupid. Indulging in fashion was feminine traditionally. Yes. And I still think it's heavily still traditionally feminine. There's a lot of social norms men are pressured to uphold. Yes. I mean, like, if you really want to get into it, it's like taking care of the household, getting a job, like, getting going away from home, getting married, like, all these imitations of what adulthood is. Like, you must imitate these things, these tasks, these goals, to then become an adult, to become a man, quote unquote. We see this constantly in society. I mean, it's like, that is what we have as men that we have to deal with. Like, you're sad, depressed, deal with it on your own. Don't talk to other people about it. Don't displace your own feelings and internalized whatever you're going through on someone else. Don't give them that burden. Deal with it on your own. That's why suicide rates are high. Don't feel pressured to, don't, like, talk about your feelings. You know, like, that's the worst thing you could do. Like, vulnerability, you can't trust anybody. You can barely trust your friends. It's always, like, the idea of, like, being a lone wolf kind of thing, which I understand, but also it's, like, a very negative kind of mindset to have. I also think like the hive mind of like women comments of like just girls support girls regardless of what it is also kind of dumb. I feel like there should still be like some set boundary, but I do like the idea of just not I don't want to say like brainless support, but like trying to like just support somebody for doing something. Kind of. I still feel like there should be a boundary and it shouldn't be like so brainless and thoughtless. Um but I digress, you know. Man on man action is weird. That's why I'm straight and have mostly women friends. Just let everyone be and don't be an arse, yeah. Uh, a t-shirt is traditionally masculine but can also be worn by a woman without being judged. The inverse was never true due to patriarchy. I heard somewhat that a guy cried over his dog's death and his girlfriend left him because it was unmanly or something. Like, I mean, it's like, look, I don't want to feed into the manosphere of like, oh, women suck, like women are horrible, like blah blah blah, whatever. But like, it really does get like a bit frustrating sometimes when I see like, and this is not like a blanket statement for all women, but it will be like women want men to like be vulnerable, to express themselves like they do about with their emotions and like, you know, be vulnerable with somebody else, but like as soon as they do it, it's strange and makes you look weak, right? Because like socially, like the social construct of what men should be is like always strong, always just independent, fixated on their goals, goal heavy, making money, and not being weak. And like it's not really women's fault. Like I don't think it's women's fault for like even feeling a smidge of like, oh, this is kind of like cringe, like seeing this guy like cry or like talk about it. But like again, we were all born into a world. We were all casted into this world where there was a construct built of how men should be and always will be perceived as strong, independent people. You can always go and even put your burdens on them regardless of what they're going through. They will handle it and continue to push the rock up the hill. And it's like the whole idea of like Sisyphus, where it's like maybe he enjoys the pain of like pushing up the rock. Maybe he enjoys like the trials and tribulations that he has. Maybe he's happy doing that. But that's not the truth. Like it's it sucks cuz like being pushed into that rhetoric creates more, if not men wanting to end their lives. Just quit. Like I don't want to do this anymore. Masked lesbians in suits are kind of hated by men. Do Hinge instead of Tinder next time so you can see people's comments when they swipe right, like you. Dressing avant-garde makes socializing difficult, more so in places where everyone generally dresses the same basic type. Usually have to go into social situations on defense because of my outfit. Instead of playing defense, I would like you to play the card of being indifferent. If you're indifferent, like people will like realize that and see that, and if anything will feel like they can't do anything. They don't win anything. If you're indifferent and you just show like that you don't care or it just doesn't matter what you say, you win every social situation ever. I've lived my life as an apathetic man when I grew up in high school. As I grew more into my apathy, I grew into indifference. And I live my life still sort of like that. I always play the edge of indifference. I do have very strong, passionate ideas about fashion, living life, philosophy, yada yada. But when I meet people, I'm quite indifferent. I don't care. Personally. Like, you do what you want to do with your life, I do what I do with my life, and that's all that really matters. And if I dress different and you don't like how I dress, I don't care. Like, I'm glad you have that opinion of why you feel the need to tell me otherwise, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. Like, what am I gonna do knowing that you dislike my outfit? What am I gonna do knowing that you feel some type of way to tell me you don't like my vibe, or you feel like I'm not the type of person you want to be around or talk to? I don't care. I don't want to be around you either if that's how like you feel about me. Most of the time it's not really a you thing. It's usually the other person. Most of the time it's always about how that other person feels, either about themselves or the fact that they might even feel challenged by you. And that's like something that isn't really formed without experience and time. And that's just like something that I've learned with people. It's a default, right? When people feel challenged by you as a person or as an individual, right? Something that's foreign to them, they shut down and they feel the need to, speak their existence into whatever that might be. People yap. People talk. You could try the Chinese globe thing. You guys are thinking about yourselves too much. Nobody wants a partner who can't control their emotions, but some women internalize homophobia as well. I agree with you to some degree, but it's a very nuanced combo that's wasted by mainstream. I do, yeah. Master Mode says, Amen. It makes you look weak for their point of view. I love this argument where we encourage to talk about their feelings, but most of the girls do not care about that. I know this may be a hot take. Sometimes I just want to argue, though, so I pick fights. I mean, if you do it intentionally, power to you, but personally, my energy and my time of, my thought process about things doesn't need to be wasted on someone who doesn't really matter at the end of the day, you know? Dude, so many people come in and out of your life, and it's exhausting. It's not exhilarating anymore. Meeting people was just it's really just a culling of people. Every new character that's a possibility to be unlocked always either gets paywalled or just isn't worth unlocking because they're not valuable. People's times, I think a lot of the time, people undervalue their own time, their own energy on, wasting onto people, and they get exhausted and burnt out. That's just kind of how it is. It's like you post yourself on a Chinese app and people give advice. I know what you're talking about. That could be interesting. How tall are you? And how important do you think height? Dude, height is a giant thing. In Western society, in this society, a lot of women like taller men, usually men that are 6 feet or higher. That's the number. I mean, it's super superficial, but it is what it is, and that's kind of how it is. In the area that I'm kind of forced to socialize with ignorant people sucks. You should make a video on egocentrism in fashion. I want to make a video about Plato's Cave. I mean, egocentrism is interesting. The idea that other people can have an opinion that varies from yours. I mean, I'm quite aware, my opinions and takes are, not everyone agrees with them, and most people have like completely different takes. Oh wow. Height doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. Most women have preferences but settle for average height. I mean, it's just like time, right? It really is what it is. I know a lot of guys shorter than me, but he's one of the most beautiful guys I've seen because of the way he looks and dresses and all. Bro, I don't want a partner who settles for me. That's just sad. Do Alabama/Mississippi Yoji capsule wardrobe travel vlog. What I mean is that fashion is idealized as a perfect egocentric medium, but it is completely influenced by externalities. I think, dude, fashion is inherently narcissistic. Nonetheless, it's like it's it's like hugely narcissistic, like ego driven people. A lot of people that get into fashion are just trying to appear cooler, more interesting, and it's very hive mind. What's your take on having a simple style? Nothing out of the ordinary. Fashion is a rich people. I would say any hobby is a rich people's hobby. Like, unless it's rock collecting, because that's like whatever. Any hobby that's like revolving around needing to purchase something to be in that hobby is a rich person's hobby. Fragrances, is that a need? No, it's a hobby. Skincare, same thing. Like, you can get very basic skincare, but then you can also go really crazy with skincare. That's kind of a hobby. Speakers, are speakers a need? Not really. You could buy like really cheap stuff, but like, you know, it's a hobby. It's expensive. Is showering a need? No. Showering is a need. You know, honestly, showering is a social construct created to divide people from the actual reality of how we live. And in the water systems, there is minerals and chlorine that affect our brain to like that actually make us more stupid. If I'm understanding it right, fashion isn't really a rich people thing because you can grow up in a poor family, but if you save up money for thrifting cool things and buying cheap jewelry, you can go get it. If you grow up in a poor like, so this is my issue with people that reference poor. There's different levels of poor in people's ideas of what poor is. And I can attest to this because I've heard very different ideas of what poor is to somebody. Poor, like being actually poor means you cannot save money. All your money goes to food and living like your life in your day-to-day like needs. Clothing is a need, yes, but you probably will only be able to buy use hand-me-downs and or purchase one like outfit for an entire year. That's poor. Buying and trying to find your personal style, that is astronomically out of the question. Yeah, like real poor people are focused on getting a job, working their job, coming back home, feeding their children. Their children are going to school. Their children are focused on trying to do school or just playing, doing certain things, right? That's poor. They don't have time to be thinking about fashion, and if they want to try and get into fashion, the likelihood of them being able to do that is not truly there. They're just trying to survive. That's poor. But people will say poor as in to solidify the idea that, like, oh, I can only buy one outfit a month. Like, that's as much money as I can spend on clothes. Like, I'm so poor. No, you're not. You do not know struggle. If you're able to, like, siphon money and or save money that doesn't just go to paying rent, food, and other, like, living expenses, you're not poor. Not entirely sure. Poor people can get into fashion, but that's exception, not the rule. I don't know. Like, again, there's differing levels of poor, as there's differing levels of middle class. There's like upper middle class, there's like middle class, and then lower middle class, and then I'm sure there's upper poor class. Thrifting also isn't like entirely cheap. It's kind of expensive. I have I have had a friend who was poor. Like poverty. Like lived in his car. Was not going like was paying for a gym membership to shower. Was eating like very shit food. Didn't have enough money to even think and consider about fashion. Like that was the last thing on his mind. It was going to work, going to college, showering, eating, and then studying in his vehicle for like the like whole year that he did that. And then he got help from family. Like that's poor. Without being the model, poor people can do fashion, but it's assumed they will need 100 times more effort, money, smarts, etc. to be. Honestly, like, fashion wasn't made for poor people. Fashion was not made for poor people. This is not a hot take. It's reality. If we look at, like, fashion has been synonymous with the idea of it being for the elites and the rich. It's a way to differentiate who is rich and who is poor. That's always been what it was. Couture and high-end designers like have always been synonymous with that idea. Now as time progresses, like people can buy things for cheap and like used, yada yada, like there's all these other ways to get it, but fashion was always made for the elite. Like, fashion has been a way to symbolize who is rich and who isn't. And the people that are trying to imitate what being rich is are the people that are also poor or, like, middle class. Fashion has always been for elites, the elitists, the people that, like, look domineering down at people, the people with Birkin bags that... Again, it's all a symbolic thing where it's like, I'm rich and you're poor, and I can afford these very luxurious things, like very luxurious. And if you know that like the symbolism of like the culture of what fashion is, like you'd understand that. The aesthetics of poverty are always looked down on, but I'd imagine there's tons of creativity found there. Well, the thing is, like, a lot of, like, the design houses actually take a lot of inspiration from people in poverty. Because the thing is, like, if reworking clothes, um, repairing clothes, making things look more interesting after wear. Like, these things have and always will be very creative to people that don't need to think outside of the box, right? If I'm rich, I just buy a new black shirt. If I'm poor, I need to rework that shirt. I need to add things to fix the shirt so that I can keep wearing it. I have to take care of my clothes. There's all these things that you have to do to help yourself continue to wear that same clothes. So you need to buy more things, right? And that's where like we get a lot of rework and a lot of like, repair, and repairing looks so cool on denim and sometimes t-shirts. Like, patchwork has been done, things that can be added to a shirt or a garment to add more like spice and personality. Poor people have to be more innovative. I feel like the word poor is kind of thrown around nowadays because of TikTokers and stuff. Twitch e-girls this category. A good fit. That's not a very high on someone's hierarchy of needs when really relevant in their life, just surviving and getting by. Have to read the context for some poor is just I can't afford something this month. To other poors is choosing between two essentials. Then aren't supporting that notion. Getting into fashion also makes you an outcast depending on your cultures too. Yeah, but like I don't think getting into fashion makes you weird. Like, there's a difference between getting outcasted by your family or the culture that you are a part of, depending on where you live, to being some like ostracized weird character like a witch, and you're so different and strange because you wear like clothes. I think punk and goth cultures have a lot to do with it. I have not watched Saltburn. Yeah, I like coffee. I like fragrances. I like going to the gym. I go to the gym for my health. I like aquascaping. That's like an actual like weird hobby I have. I like coffee a lot. Like, it's dumb how nowadays brands make $200 items and label them as grunge, punk, or goth when those subcultures are all based on DIY. It's just stripped away from its actual culture and its roots, and is just sold to you as a commodity of something that you could just wear and not have to actually gain. We used to make fun of posers, but now we welcome them in our communities. This has been a synonymous thing with like the culture of fashion consistently. I don't know why I'm using that word so much. Yeah, we used to make fun of people that were posing to be something they aren't. They just wanted to look like that thing. But now we welcome them into our communities of fashion with open arms, and we praise them for trying to do something so different and strange. Like 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 all you got to do is just like go to a party city and buy a costume. You go to Shein. Like, it's literally just buying a costume that portrays some weird archetype of a subculture that again is stripped down to like it's just bare aesthetic style and is just worn by somebody who's a poser. There is nothing gained from it. You used to have to like listen to punk music. You had to be a part of the culture. You had to go to like concerts and shows. You had to be a part of something more than just wearing the clothing pieces that you had. But it's not that anymore. You just gain it. It's like getting a participation trophy for being a loser. Like, that's what it is. Well, hippie culture was created as a counterculture for rich white kids trying to go against like their parents, from what I think. Someone can fact check me on that. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Like that's what hippies were. Besides like the push for peace and change. Back in the day, you wouldn't want to dress like a community unless you were a part of it. Did hippies actually do anything? I think protests, and again, like a lot of hippies were just kids that dodged the draft, drugs. Clickbait title is wrong. I wore clothes when I got a girlfriend. Subcultures used to be defined by a certain lifestyle. These days, they've been reduced to nothing more than aesthetic. Yeah, I know. Thanks for watching. Yeah, they did a lot of it. Yes, anti-war activism brought Eastern religion in the U.S. Damn. Yeah, dude, people have been doing things like back in the day, but like, dude, nowadays it's just like it's posturing. It's like it's what's the word that I'm looking for? It's like self-righteous posturing that gets like farted away. Like it makes people feel good like they're protesting something that is not going to change and do anything. Like no matter how much we protest in a Western society, there is not much change that can occur from what we're doing unless it's very drastic. And I'm not trying to be like an anarchist or anything, trying to promote like anarchy, but dude, the government doesn't care. And like, what is us like going in the streets protesting something? Like, we would need a giant amount of people. It's all very performative. It's all like, again, self-righteous performative posturing that I dislike so much. It's like the black square of like Instagram, if you guys remember that. What's wrong with anarchy? I'm not saying I'm promoting it or anything. I don't want to be a part of something like JQ. I don't want to get too political with my takes, but I think the only way to like get the attention of the government is to, again, just go insane. Like the only way to get like but the problem though is like with media too as well. Like media will always like, if anarchy occurred with certain protests, people like, again, burning themselves alive, like it won't get any attention. And a lot of the times, like, dude, like media will always change and alter like what they would prefer to put out to the masses of misinformation. I should promote anarchism. Any book recommendations? I would read The Disappearance of Rituals by Young Chul Han. Really good. I do like a lot of his commentary about like rituals. My boy don't read. That's true, I don't read. You're going right now? Dude, Elliot, apparently Kay wanted to invite you to and me to and George to this like wine drinking event. Wine drinking event. I might go. I mean, I might be down to go. Like, I don't know if he's here anymore. Josh drinking event? I think bro left. My boy Elliot left. I want to see Monkey Man so bad, that movie. Uh, yes, because they need to. People want to matter, but because we lost communities, as JQ said, we lose yet another thing that gives per existence meaning. So they consume. It's a cycle. Why would wear religious symbology if they don't derive? Yo. Yeah, that was an earthquake. That's cool. Dude, what the hell? Another earthquake. What the hell? That's weird. That was like 2 earthquakes in a day. Was that like the aftershock? Right now? What the hell? What the hell? Um, I hope that that was weird. It's for the sake of making a game. Oh, wait, sorry. For the sake of making games. It's from C418. That was weird. Dude, that was so weird. Dude, the earthquake again. Is anyone from New York? Because did anyone feel that, like, at all? Okay, so I wasn't freaking out. What? Also worth $90 for a tester of Toscoa? Oh, like all the fragrances? I would say that yes. I would say that. How do you manage to match fashion with the normal day shit? What do you mean? I want to make sure that like I'm not like tripping out because that was weird. Guys, I'm gonna get my pre-workout. You can ask questions about the video or whatever. I'll be right back. Oh man. Oh man. Oh. Yeah, I know the original was 4.8, so okay. What's in my pre-workout? Creatine. That young creatine. Do I think I'm happy in life? What? Do I enjoy my life? Um It's a hard question to ask me. Making a core edit for that. Do I enjoy my life? Dude, if someone made edits of me, like, I would post it on my story. It'd be so funny. Of things I say. Oh, wow. Jeez. I wish I had, like, someone in my audience that would, like, go out of their way to edit, like, stupid, funny videos of things I say. It would be so funny. If anyone ever takes the time out of their day to, one, draw video, like, pictures of me, to make any stupid memes about me, which I use, funny enough, I use, like, someone's meme in, like, my most recent YouTube video, and or things I say on stream, like, I will repost it, or I might even use it for a YouTube video. Like, I probably would. Can we watch some TikTok Riz party lore where while you setting in? I would, but I'm not funny. Welcome back, Sloth. I appreciate you being here, always making sure my ego's in check. You can own culture, you can buy culture, but you can never be a part of it. That's the thing. What's a G-egg? A woman in late? What? Do I have a person that I look up to? No. If you're always looking up to somebody, you'll never be a somebody. And if you look up to somebody, you might just imitate that person that you glorify or you think is swag and cool, and you don't want to imitate what you think is cool. I would say be yourself, right? But, like, in reality, you're not even really yourself. You're just an accumulation or a cluster of what your parents formed from nature and nurture and what your environment you were in, and all your thoughts and ideas have been conceptualized by your environment. Things you read, things you consume, things you watch. If anything, we're all fake. We're just imitations of something else. Even me. Dude, I'm just like some imitation, like, from the way I was brought up to the way I was raised to the way, like, my mind decided to work with the environment I was brought up in, and the way I decided to subliminally, like, unconsciously change and alter the way I saw and viewed life to help me traverse life that's so foreign to me. Right? It's the same way. Like, everyone goes down a pathway when you're a child to figure out how you can traverse life in a better light, a better standing. In this world where it's everything's so abnormal, so interesting and new. When you're a child and you remember things move so slow. Time moves slowly because you haven't lived long enough to see these repetitiveness of certain things. A new year seems like... What am I saying? I don't know. I was rambling. What I'm saying though is that, like, when when you're a kid, you imitate what you see, and you imitate your parents. You're an accumulation of personalities that are derived from your family, whoever's around you, your environment, people you talk to, and not only that, but as you continue to grow up in age, you consider a pathway to take to help you traverse life in a way that is more comfortable for you, or maybe for you to survive living in that environment. And that's where we get kids that are, like, messed up because they come from dysfunctional households, because they subliminally, you know, push everything in the back of their head because it's what they're forced to. I forgot what they call it. The subconscious. It's an act in psychology. I forgot when I was reading. It's been such a while since I've, like, actually was learning about child development, but I totally forgot about it. It was a super interesting thing. But a lot of children will push a lot of these like traumas and these things in the back of their mind, and you forget about it. You don't remember. You're not able to access that information because it's harmful to the child's brain. Because it's not the ability that they can actually, like, process that information, come to terms with it, and understand it. And that's why that when people get, like, assaulted or get into certain situations, they don't actually realize that they have been. But again, like, I'm just an imitation, an accumulation of my environment, what nature, family, things. And, you know, me as a kid, like, I did what I thought was best to survive in the landscape that I was in. And here I am now sitting before all of you guys, and I am what I am. Just some schmuck making content. Just another dude. Yeah, I'm growing my hair out now. There was a question that, like, I asked myself, like, do I do YouTube thing for a living? Yeah. This is my job. It's the self-imposed job that I have now. I'm very, like, I'm very honored to even have a following of people that are even interested in what I'm saying. I'm honored to have a following that cares enough to, you know, watch my videos. And I enjoy making my content too as well. And I just couldn't see myself doing anything else besides what I'm doing now. I'm not a nurse now. I was going to be a nurse. I was going to do that, but I, you know, didn't do that. Yes, I watch your trash. Humans have free will. Do humans have free will? I will say this. Humans have free will to an extent, but we're all socially brainwashed by the ideas of what we can and can't do, and we subjugate ourselves to continue to stay in that matrix. So, for example, the shadow is an individual or a person. Well, it's not a person. It's a subconscious thing in our psyche where it's things that we get that are very scary, are intrusive thoughts, the other. When we walk down the street, we see somebody and we consider, I could just stab and kill this person and I could totally just run off. I probably would get caught, but I could kill them. You have opportunity, you have options. You might be driving your car and you're like, I could totally just kill somebody with this vehicle. I could kill myself with the vehicle. The intrusive thoughts hit, but it's the thought of action that never occurs. You never impede that action. Now, chill. The thing is, we're all socially constructed to have this moral conundrum, right? But we're stuck by rules. If we had free will, true free will, we would do whatever we wanted within the moment we thought about it to the moment we executed it. But we choose to hold back and stop ourselves because, one, there's consequences to our actions, and two, we are all not animals. The thing is, you don't have free will because you were groomed by your parents. Now, there's nothing to say that when you grow older, can you now change and alter that idea. That's why I try to tell my philosophy teacher, but she's too dumb. Do we actually want to kill people, or is it just how we interpret our emotions? Well, the shadow's the variation of self that is psychologically, like, the intrusive thoughts that we have are very animalistic and are very, like, they're just very animalistic. Like, we think of very crude things to do. It's the idea of opportunity that we can do something, but we choose not to. It's like when you're staring at somebody, like, eating food, and you're like, I could just grab this knife and just, like, stab that person's, like, hand. You could do it. It's an idea, but you never act on it. And people do have a lot of intrusive thoughts. The intrusive thought of punching a baby in the face. The intrusive thought of looking at the cop's gun and pondering the idea if I can pull out the gun in time to shoot his partner and the person, the cop that we took the gun from. Whenever I see a gas tanker, I get wild. What's the point of this? The point of what I'm saying is that we have true will. We have true will. We have true will. We have free will to an extent because we hold ourselves to morals. As well as we've been socially, like, we do what is socially accepted. If in our society we were socially accepted or accepting of murder, people would be doing it. But we're not. It's like we follow a set binding of rules that were created by society. And if we lived in a society that allowed murder or allowed us to hit 1 grandma a month, we would do it. And it wouldn't be an intrusive thought, it'd be a normal thing. We are bound by social constructs and by morals. And the question is, do we really have free will if we're bound by rules? and ideas that weren't our own morals, right? That's the question. If we had a set of rules like that we made for ourselves, would that just be like our own free will? But we all have a general surrounding idea of like what is socially okay and not. It's just an accumulation of do's and don'ts depending on the interaction with your previous surroundings. You have the free will to break the law or not. I think the people that break the law have escaped the matrix. They are, if not the pioneers of free will. They are not afraid to do what is needed to be done. My teacher said that you become not free if you kill someone. What? But again, what is free will? Free will can mean so many different things to people that say don't live under law. What about groups that have different morals? I mean, the same thing would apply, right? You may be trapped in a mental prison after killing someone. No, you'd probably go to, like, you'd probably just go to prison. I don't know about going to a mental prison. People can change every day. You're not the same person you were yesterday. The brain is a malleable thing. You really want to change it. It's possible you take your time. I remember reading a study of, like, people are so, like, people want to change, like, people always have this idea of like, I want to change, I want to be a better person, I want to work on the bad habits that I have, yada yada yada. I remember reading a study, and I don't really, dude, I literally don't remember the study, but someone will find it at some point, I'm sure. But this study was done where they had, I'm assuming they had groups or like sample, or it might have been just like a psychological study, but it's the bad habits that have been ingrained into you as a child that you deem as bad habits, you can change them, but only about 7% can be changed because they're so ingrained in your system already, right? Now, bad habits don't necessarily mean you act upon them, but you can stop them if you're aware of them. You can stop doing certain things that might cause problem, right? Like, a bad habit of mine is like burping all the time. I'm conscious of it, and I can stop myself from burping in public, or I burp. I don't like belch. I don't open my mouth when I burp. I burp inside my mouth. But like only 7% can be like changed in the sense of like it was worked on. You can't fully stop a bad habit. But apparently after years of like trying to stop a bad habit, you can only change 7%. So the idea of this like group is to not try and change bad habits, but to work on the things that you're good at, because the things that you're good at will only improve tenfold. I need to read the study again. I need to find it. Social conditioning theory, Jesus. Posts that the environment and people you interact influence behaviors. I agree, but change is definitely possible if you choose it. If you become a drug addict, your brain will never be the same. Do you wear your fits whenever you go out? Like, do you dress to the occasion? Like, what's your grocery? My grocery outfit is dependent on my mood. Is that what it is? The fine-tuning theory? Let me look into that. I'm gonna have to leave because like I have to go to the gym, bros. I gotta go to the gym. The fine-tuning theory. The premise of fine-tuned universe assertion is that a small change in several of the physical constants would make the universe radically different. Is that what you're talking about? Sorry, off topic. Where do you usually buy secondhand clothes online? I'm untrusting of online retailers. A lot of fashion is like overseas. You buy from me. That's where you buy it from. Nowhere else. Don't buy it anywhere else but from me. Wait, did I not, like... At near 25, I noticed some habits are harder to quit since you've been doing them for long. Teenager could pivot easily. Yeah, but, like, most teenagers aren't, like, self-aware to that point where they can change, you know? Could you win against him to say in a 200 meter sprint? 200 millimeter sprint? I don't know, probably not. Time to box Tim to Saint. Teenagers are very self-aware, they just don't know how to change. Are they though, or are you giving them more credit than they deserve? Dude, I'm JQ pilled. Do you believe in the quote, every cloud has a silver lining? I don't know. They don't change, they advance. Is this a grail? No more gym goals? It's like the ship dilemma to some extent. I think if you go out of your way to put on a fit, then it won't be a permanent part of your wardrobe. People can branch out in their fits, but shouldn't change their entire wardrobe on a whim. I don't know where you're saying that from, but I agree. Unless you're responding to somebody, but I do agree. Can you ask the people of New York their last Discord message? That could be funny. Do you have an actual skill? Do I have an actual skill? No offense, genuine question. Like, what would you consider a skill? I have this skill to make bread. If there is no difference between people despite their upbringing, then everyone has the capacity to change and become self-aware. I have the skill to buy clothes. That's pretty cool. Sloth makes money. That doesn't make it a skill. Maybe everyone is just a bot and JQ is the only real human. Look, guys, I don't want you guys making me schizo, because, like, you know, that could happen. What if, like, everything's not in my reality? What if it's all fake? It's all formed from my brain. Oh, the car crash. Okay, so I was like, this is why I kind of want to go to the gym right now. But like, I was biking to the gym, and I had lights on my bike, right? For people to see me, right? This dude literally like merges into me, and I get sandwiched, and like hits me off my bike, and I go forward, my bike hits under. Also, dude, my tire's messed up. I totally forgot about that. Crap. I'm just gonna have to bike it. Like, it's whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine. My wheel's like crooked. I don't know. I got hit off my bike and I fell off and I slid like on my like forearm. Like this. Like I just slid. And then I like got up quickly and I was like, what the hell? And the dude like he drove forward and then like parked and he like gets out of his vehicle and I'm like, what the heck? I had my headphones on and he like walks over and he's like, are you fine? And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I just like gotta go to the gym. And he was just like, all right. And then like I just rode off. I was like right there at the gym too. Like I was just trying to go to the gym, like hit a quick set and leave. I was chilling though. Send it in Discord. I'll watch it right now if you send it in Discord. Do you actually make a core edit? I mean, dude, like, what is... The adrenaline I had was, like... The adrenaline that I had was the, That was my pre-workout, you know? Alright, we're gonna watch this core video real quick here. It's, Oh, is this not, like, gonna... That's stupid. Do I have to, like, do this? What about ish? That's not. That's showing my OBS system. That's cool. Okay. How about this? What about this? Cool. Alright, let's, Do I enjoy my life? It's a hard question to ask me. Hell.
How many girls are you gonna talk to tonight?
1,000!
That was this was good. Do I enjoy my life? It's a hard question to ask me. The fact that you made this in like
Talk to tonight.
1,000!
The fact you made this in like you made this like in like the time, bro. That's a pin. What? What do we have pinned right now? We're pinning this. This is great. This is great content. That's hard. That's great. I wasn't even trying to like I actually didn't even know how to answer that question, like actually. I know, like I sighed and then I drank my protein shake. It's actually my So do you enjoy your life? Sometimes. It's the funniest thing that I've seen. Oh my gosh. Do I enjoy my life? On occasion, when it matters. Dang. Why would I uncontrollably sob? Skibbity toilet. Oh man. God. Alright guys, well, I gotta go to the gym now. I gotta go to the gym. What's my gym plan? I gotta hit squats. Gotta hit some squats. Oh man. Hopefully bike and not get hit by a car. That's a plan. Live chat's better than leg day. Anything's better than leg day. Alright guys. I'll see you guys later. Until the next time that I decide to live stream, but I'll be working on a next video. Remember to go like, subscribe, and watch the new video. Leave some comments. Send it to your friends. Yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next stream, which is probably Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until then, I'll catch you guys later. Let's hope I don't get hit by